They ask me how I could possibly know anything about my sexuality. They ask me how I could possibly know at such a young age. They ask me how I could possibly know even before I've reached my experimental college phase. They ask me how I could be so sure and be so comfortable with a concept that could one day be my COD, that could one day sign and stamp my passage into hell. I tell them that one day I dreamed. I dreamed of getting down on one knee and proposing. I dreamed of waiting at the altar only to see her, draped in white, floating towards me. I dreamed of holding my child in my arms. I dreamed of raising that child and teaching that child how to love unconditionally with an open heart. I dreamed. And I remembered the day when my whole world fell into place. Because the first thing I saw was her face and her eyes. Her eyes. I savored the color of her eyes, held it, and cupped it in my palm so that I could measure every single pair of eyes I would meet thereafter. Diamonds would have not compared. I remembered the way she cared about me. I remembered the way it hurt inside here. I remembered falling in love with a person, but she just happened to be a she. I didn't fall in love with her, the girl. I fell in love with her, the person, and I admit that I do have my preferences, but I didn't fall in love with reproductive organs. I fell in love with a person. So when they ask me how I could be so sure of my sexuality, I tell them one day I dreamed, one day I remembered, and then I begin to answer their question with a question of my own. What do you dream when you propel yourself into the future? What do you remember when you get lost in your past? How are you so sure of your sexuality?